Alright, this is kind of cool. But this is sort of strange how this thing calculates everything. So we have 1,000 watts and some change at 158 volts coming in here. And it doesn't tell me the amperage that it's charging the battery. I'm going to have to do the math to figure it out. But 1,021 in solar and 941 watts going into the battery. And it just started to suddenly ramp up because the sun got good. So that's 6 panels in series, and they are 240 watt panels. So they really don't do anywhere near that. They're old and they're used. They were $44 a piece. They're Santan Solar. I don't know how they get away with what they do or how, what it works, but I believe those panels are all from a retired solar farm, and they all have warranty defects. In the case of these, the backing on the back of the panels, the vinyl, is cracked. So according to my calculation here, 1440 would be the maximum you could get out of this anyways. So let's see, if we'll drop down to 310 now, 900 to 310. But let's just clear this out. I always say we're 1,020 divided by 6. We were averaging 170 a panel. So what would be really nice is to have better panels that put out closer to their rated number. So you got the 170, so 240. You're not doing too bad when you're only losing 70 watts. And the 70 watts on some things could be the idle consumption, like the inverter has, but then if you take 70 times 6, it's 420 watts that you're losing, So all these kind of things need to be considered in the installation. But anyway, right now we're ramped back up to 1,003, 7 at 155. We should be somewhere around 200 volts normally. So the convenience is that the panels were all in order over there. They were like they were all what were they? Is there 6 or is there 8? Actually, now I think about it, because everything I had before was 2 series. So they must have been 2 series, 3 parallel, or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to think. But I just took the panels that were all easy to get to. They're not really facing the sun in a good direction. They're on the let's see, I guess that would be the northeast wall, somewhere around that. Anyway, they're really not in a good position. They can catch some sun all day long, but not always direct sunlight. So they've just been always kind of there as a supplemental backup. And I really didn't have any other place I could really put them in my backyard. So, but they're doing pretty good right now. I mean, the most we're going to get out of this is another 420 watts. So what I need to do is redirect some other panels or go buy some more panels for the other inverter string. This has got one MPT. You see the PV2 is 0. So right now my other stuff's hooked up, running 2 of the air conditioners. So I might not be able to really run everything on this no matter what I do anyways. So I don't really plan on getting rid of the 24 volt system at this moment, because it actually works pretty good most of the time. And one of the inverters has what they call grid assist, so it's able to run during the day. It doesn't have to switch back and forth, on and off, on and off, on and off. it can blend, so it's able to blend. And I thought this was able to do that. I thought all of them could do this, to be honest. I really thought they all could. I wouldn't have probably bought it otherwise if I would have found out one of the other units was able to do it. Like, for about the same price, I could have bought a 10 kW Sun Gold power. I don't think the quality is probably anywhere near what this is. The quality of this is pretty nice. The only thing that I don't like is the PV shutoff switch on it. I feel like it feels really, really cheap. So I removed some of the knockouts today, and yeah, they don't like the switch here. It feels real cheap. It's got some kind of weird spring loading in it, but it makes you feel like it's going to snap off every time you turn it. So the unit itself doesn't give a whole lot of information at a first glance. We just see 150 volts on the solar, 53 on the battery. It does read a little bit differently. I don't like how it reads the 1 kilowatt 0.09. I want to see watts and just use all the digits, but maybe it's only got 3 digits available to it. I don't know. So it shows whatever is going in the battery, I guess. And then for the day, 1.8 kilowatts, which really isn't much because it's been on for a couple of hours. But the best this thing is going to do is 1 kilowatt every hour. So if it does good production for 6 hours, you'll have 6 kilowatts. Doesn't mean that you're getting 6 kilowatts right now. People don't seem to understand that. So anyway, yeah, the screen on the front of this thing's not real helpful. But so our choices are, we might hang it from over here, and then I have to deal with either completely being off grid with it, or I have to run some Romex, or this is 12 gauge wire. And the thing is here, the 240 volts coming out here is 12 gauge out here. So I can't really size it up to what they want anyway. What they want is, 8 gauge, something like that. Which would be great if I was right next to the panel. Unfortunately, in Arizona, the panels are outside. Breaker box is outside, and they're all on one thing. Like some people I've seen, they have different stuff. So I could put it, if I remove the stuff here, the computer, the radio down there, this, all the top shelf, which wouldn't be too difficult, but it'd be a waste of a radio station kind of. But the way I'd done it before was I had all these on a rack over here in the middle of everything like an island. So anyway, I don't know that I want to do that, but so it's still messy, still moving stuff around constantly, mad science experiments. Got the 710 out, the 7300 out. Did some DX on 20 meters last night. Had some antenna problems when we were doing the live stream. Anyway, so I'm not sure what I really want to do. I'd like to leave all this stuff alone and tidy it up. I don't really want to add an inverter over there on the end, especially considering I can hear it. And I'm used to listening to these, but I mean, this is fairly loud, and if it was on the end here, the fans are going to face over here. I don't know that I really want to deal with that. The other option is I need to completely move my radio station somewhere else. Yeah, that would be kind of interesting.